So hi, welcome to the Good Noise Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
It's officially Christmas time. I've been waiting for this because I hate Halloween.
You hate Halloween?
I do. I really do. I just don't like Halloween.
Why do you hate Halloween? Did something happen? Do you just not like?
It's just like it never grew up like doing the whole Halloween thing.
Same.
So like just kind of despise it as a holiday. Yesterday was pretty good though.
Yeah,
and a pretty good Halloween.
And you can't eat much of the candy either because it's all like not vegan.
Yeah,
it's like milk.
Yeah.
Oh, I could see how that could be kind of
I did, like really didn't even go trick or treating because it was like, what's the point? And you're just gonna go get a bunch of candy bars and like I can't fucking do anything with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
lollipops? No, some of them probably have like gelatin in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Halloween's
never thought of it.
Halloween's a no fun time. And then I'm like, I'm almost 19 years old, man. Like, I ain't gonna go out trick or treat now. Like,
come on, dude. You can just like, find a child and go trick or treating and say I'm
you're
their
mine now.
Saying, oh no, I'm just babysitting my little brother, and then just let them go at the end of the night. It's fine. It's a win-win.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad it's Christmas time now. It's also officially Sprite Cranberry season, which means that means it's time for the festive holidays. It's back in some convenience stores now, so look out. I had my first one of the season. Very good.
I'm very happy for you. You had like a whole liter.
I have 20 of them upstairs still.
I mean, but like in an interview, you were just chugging it.
Yeah.
Which interview was that? Was that Calling All Captains?
Sporting. Yeah. No one thought it was funny though. Like I was hoping someone would like point it out and go, "That's funny." No.
They mistook it for just a big bottle of water, and you're like, "No, it's Sprite Cranberry." Haha. And I laughed. And they didn't laugh.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, that's weird.
Not very funny, but I thought it was. I still have 22 liter bottles upstairs. If anybody needs Sprite Cranberry, I'm your plug.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, last night I saw August Burns Red for the second time. That second time for this tour, actually. So I saw Fit for a King, Era, and like Moss of Flames all a second time as well.
Insane. Our besties. Like
the besties. The show was like 50% sold out. So there was a shit ton of room on the floor.
Yeah.
Which means there was just a massive pit the entire night and multiple walls of death. And there was enough room for the pitters to sprint around on the floor. So I had one just like slam into me from the back. And
no!
I'm fine. I didn't die or anything, but I was
obviously.
Hey, what's up, dude? And then he went like, because he ran at me, slammed into me, and then ran towards the pit. I'm like, so what was the point of slamming into me and then going that way? You could have just went that way. It would have.
Did he say sorry?
No. I don't know, man.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I was just there to party rock,
Exactly.
August Burns Red is a lot better when the smoke things, I guess. Like the funny smoke things where it goes when those aren't working, because my god, when I saw them in Philly, it was like every single breakdown, and their music is just one constant breakdown. Every single breakdown, it was the fucking and I'm like, can you just fucking turn that shit off?
It's like you can't hear anything either. You can't hear or see. It's just
it's like, just shut up, just stop. So we're not as hardcore last night, so I appreciate that from them. That was pretty cool. Like Moss the Flames was great. And so was Fit for a King and Era and August Burns Red. It was cool to see them on the first date of tour. Like all of their first shows back, except I think Fit for a King. And then their last show of this run of the tour, because they have makeup dates in December when one of the guys on the tour got COVID. But it was cool to see like everybody get a little bit more comfortable on stage, especially like Moss the Flames. They were like really awkward the first show, and then last night Chris was like having a back and forth with the crowd and everything. I was like, this is awesome. This is pretty cool.
They're back.
Yeah, they're back. In terms of tour news, Youngblood announced a U.S. tour with PayPal Royale and already sold out multiple dates.
And who else is on that tour?
Oh, Charlotte Sands for some of the dates. Yeah. I actually saw on Twitter today she's number 10 according to that like emo charts data account. On they've got her as like new wave pop punk. She's number 10 in Spotify monthly. She broke a million monthly listeners not too long ago.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Didn't we try and manifest for that? Manifest.
We manifested a couple things for her, and they're all coming to fruition.
As they should.
Maybe they were just going to happen anyway, or maybe we're good luck. I'd like to believe we're good luck.
Yeah, come on the podcast if you wanna, break charts and tour with what Youngblood. I don't think that's something to ask for though. So maybe don't come on the podcast.
There was that. Today, Set It Off announced a tour with Stand Atlantic, As That's It cool, Is, and No Love for the Middle Child. August Burns Red announced their openers for their Christmas shows. Lorna Shore is on there. So now suddenly I might be seeing August Burns Red for a third time this year because I'm a little bitch for Lorna Shore.
Is August Burns Red the one with the Brick Wall album?
No, that's A Day to Remember.
Okay. That was it.
And then Just Friends announced a headliner tour, and Bears and Trees is coming over to the U.S. with them. Very exciting. I'll be at Jersey because I can't miss the besties.
I have to because they didn't have a Virginia date.
They don't even go anywhere near south of New Jersey.
I mean, as they should, because the South kind of sucks.
Yeah, but I just thought it was weird, no Flo Rida date. No Flo Rida date. Most tours have 6 of them. I just thought it was strange that there was not one.
Well, actually, they might be playing off of vaccine, rates or whatever per state. So that's probably why they avoided most of the South.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't ask them, but that might be it. Or they just said we don't want to play Florida, which either way is completely valid. Whichever one you want to go
Florida.
with. I wouldn't want to play Florida either.
Mm-mm.
I think that's about it though. I thought today was going to be a really good tour day because I saw the Stand Atlantic announcement at 10 a.m. and I was like, okay, this is just the beginning. Today's going to be massive. And then that was the only thing that got announced. Oh, Mayday Parade announced their 11-year anniversary tour for their self-titled record last week. And Real Friends is joining them on the entire tour. And then Magnolia Park is touring with them in the U.S. As It Is playing over I think the Europe dates, and then there's other bands scattered throughout, and they're going literally. They announced the entire every possible spot that you could play in. They got Australia dates announced. They might even have Asia dates announced. I don't know.
Do they have Brazil?
I don't think they have any South America dates yet.
God!
But if they're going all over the place, I'm sure South America's on there. Because, if you're hitting Australia, why the fuck wouldn't you go South there? America. Yeah, why the fuck wouldn't you go there? So, yeah, that's exciting. Lots of tours coming up for next year.
Lots of tours.
Did we cover Attack announcing their first shows in 8 years?
You did not.
No. There was that. And then the Maine also announced a tour.
Oh, we spoke about the Maine.
Yeah. Lots of exciting shit coming up. And it all seems to be in the same time frame now too. It's no one's really going there's not very many tours coming January, February-ish. Mm-hmm. Golly gee, there's a million tours and they all seem to be hitting the East Coast at the same goddamn time. And I'm I physically cannot go to all these tours. Dates are going to start overlapping. I'm I want to buy a ticket to this show, but I'm worried that something I'm more interested in is going to be announced here.
Yeah.
And I'm struggling, man. I don't know what to do. I'm overwhelmed.
It's okay, man. You'll figure it out.
I don't have enough money for all this shit, man.
Well, they all can't play the same venue at once. So I'm sure the bigger ones won't overlap.
Yeah, but let's say there's a show that I want to go to in Jersey, and then there's a show in Philly, but a tour that I would also want to go to in Jersey that might not be hitting Philly. They're playing the two different states at the same time. This is a problem that you don't have because you live in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. I live in the middle of 2 major cities. So this is a problem for me. This is a first world problem, a Northeast problem. So this is my problem. You're just hoping that a band comes within 30 minutes of you.
I'm just hoping a band remembers that Virginia exists. That's it. Well, while you're I don't know which New Jersey date to pick. They're coming here 5 times.
Jersey, Philly, New York, Connecticut. Delaware, man.
Don't go to Delaware.
And then shows I've got coming up. Grayscale on Friday. I'm meeting them.
That's
very exciting. They got Young Culture there too. Gonna be exciting. Hope I get to say hi to the besties. And then on Sunday I get to see Water Parks for the first time. That is still a sore subject between Gloria and I. Because Gloria's not going. But we'll talk about it anyway.
Yeah. I sold my ticket though.
Nice.
I sold it. Yeah. Got rid of it. So now I just cry and I wipe my tears with the money.
I'll send you videos of Austin Knight dancing on stage.
Yes. Are you meeting them?
Yes, next Thursday. Yeah. So that's exciting.
That's very exciting.
Yeah. Oh, and I see Mr. Highwind this Saturday. I keep on forgetting about that because I didn't buy tickets to it.
Are you just getting in?
Yeah, it's just $10 at the door or whatever. So there's that too. So I got a weekend full of shows. Very exciting.
Very exciting.
And we have a lot of music that came out this week. It was a very album heavy week, and both of our album of the years came out this week.
They did.
Like top 3, because Gloria's got her Tyler album. I think Architects might be mine.
I have my top 3 done already.
Must be nice. I'm struggling over here because shit keeps on coming out. So Limp Bizkit put out their first album in 10 years. Still sucks. Oh boy, does this album rip. Gloria was asking me earlier, she's like, please tell me that this is ironic. I'm like, no, it's not. She's like,
him liking Limp Bizkit is ironic. That was what I was asking.
And I'm like, no, it's not. This was a joke a while ago, but it's not anymore. And then she was like, we listened to the same album, right? I was like, we did. I stayed up until 12 a.m. to listen to this on Halloween morning. It was very good.
Night morning. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
I stayed up and listened to it 3 times in a row. And then went to bed at like around 1:30 in the morning. I was like, oh boy, just took in lots of Fred Durst. Loving it over here. And then I listened to it more when I woke up. And then I listened to it more before I went to bed. And then I listened to it again this morning.
Wow.
I listened to it on the way home from work. Listened to it when I got home. I'm loving this record, and I'm not sure why. There's just... It's not the same at all. Like, every single song changes. It is, as he says in Turn It Up, Bitch, it is yet another limp banger. I need a snacky poo, Fred Durst. And you do too.
That you know the lyrics. It came out yesterday.
It's another limp banger. Turn It Up, Bitch is my favorite song, in case you were wondering.
Thank you for sharing that, Shane. I was wondering. I was like, which song is his favorite?
Oh, it's so good.
Is it going to be Snacky Poo?
Snacky Poo had so much potential, but the minute and a half long interview at the end of the track leaves something to be desired. Very good. Album of the year.
Is it actually like your album? Do you think it's your number one?
I don't know if it's my number one because I keep on forgetting Architects put out an album in February that I listened to like 900 fucking times. But it's up there. Top 3.
Is Ice Nine Kills up there?
I haven't listened to Ice Nine Kills album enough. I only listened to it a couple of times because I got hooked on that Dead album so hard.
That's fair. I mean, Dead is up there, though.
I'm sure it'll be top 10. I just have to listen to it more.
You need to.
But I haven't even... Like, I'm starting to get an idea of, like, what goes on the list, but I do not know what goes where.
Yeah, that's fair.
That is still undecided.
That's fair. I have my top 3, and then after that, it's just a big question mark because I kind of forgot what else came out.
Yeah, it's a good thing we keep a list. Everything that comes out.
Every single thing that we cover. Yeah. This album...
It's another Limp banger.
Definitely a Limp Bizkit album. I'm not a fan of Limp Bizkit's music. I just think Fred Durst is funny.
Fred Durst is hilarious.
Just that, like, he exists and, like, that's him. Hilarious. Limp Bizkit? No, not a fan of their musical work.
Everybody, spam DJ Lethal. Tell him to check his email.
Yep.
I slid in there this morning. So what's up, DJ Lethal? How you doing? You and the rest of the guys definitely want to
Except
come on the podcast. Wes.
Wes. I don't want Wes.
Yeah,
if Wes comes in, I'm leaving.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. Yeah, I hate him.
But yeah, another limp banger. That's my and I'm even saying it like Fred Durst. That's just how he says it.
That's how he says it.
I'm showing off my Fred Durst impression.
I'm surprised you didn't go as Fred Durst for Halloween. You could have done that.
Okay. Now, two things. One, I don't typically dress up for Halloween.
It's Fred Durst.
Yes. Two, Sam wanted us to do a costume where we were all people from the Weezer Blue album cover. So I did that instead.
Couldn't you have been like Fred Durst on the Weezer cover?
Well, I mean, technically I could have, because like I think there's one of the guys on there that wears a similar shirt to what Fred Durst wore for Lollapalooza. So I could have just like thrown a jacket over that with the khakis and like went as both.
Yeah, and then just put on the glasses and beard after the picture.
Yeah, well, it's too late for that. But maybe I'll go as him for like Thanksgiving or something. I don't know. Like just show up to Thanksgiving, like dress like Fred Durst.
As Fred Durst.
And everyone
with
will
the hunch.
Be like, what the fuck happened to you? Like, I'll be like, listen, Limp Bizkit.
Just another limp banger.
It's just another limp banger. Just one of those days where you don't want to wake up.
And they'd be like, oh.
I get it. Everybody's listened to it. It's either number 1 or 2 on almost every streaming chart right now. I'd like to say it's all my doing. I think everybody on
probably
the internet would
is.
Disagree. But I've listened to this album a hell of a lot already.
Yeah. Every time he does !FM in our Discord channel, it's always the same album.
It's either Limp Bizkit or Concrete Castles.
Yeah.
It's like I just shift between pop rock and nu metal, and I'm very confused right now.
Yeah. We all are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All for different reasons, though. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, glad you like it.
It's everything I could have wanted.
Honestly, I'm happy they dropped something for you. They heard your cries and screams. And they're like, God,
this kid won't shut up.
Take it. So, Safe Face. Woo. Finally dropped the album. Another kill for the highlight reel. Banger. So good. No misses. No misses. Yep.
I told Mr. Safe Face himself this, but I'll say it here. The perks of not being able to see a reflection. Put something in that song. I don't know what it is. It might be crack. It might be something illegal. I'm not sure.
Well, crack is illegal.
Sure. It could be something even more illegal. I don't know. But there's something in that song, something addictive, and I don't know what's up with that. Should have taken it out though, because I can't stop listening to that song. In between my Limp Bizkit, listening to another Limp banger,
Concrete Castles.
Yeah, and Concrete Castles. I gotta put that song on. It's like I can't get enough of it. I listened to it like 4 times when I listened through the record before we interviewed him. I was like,
yeah, and that was before the album was out, so you had to go out, reset the song to then listen to it again. That's how much he liked it.
Yeah, this song it was pretty fucking good. Makes the entire album. But the album was pretty good too.
Whew. Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Both you and him think it's one of the weaker songs on the record. At least that's why I would assume that's.
No, it's not my favorite.
Okay.
I have like a top 3 and it's like nowhere near that.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm just happy we share the same, the Mr. Safe Face and I share the same like top 3 because we have taste.
Your songs might be on the set list. Mine probably won't.
Yeah.
That's just how
you
it is.
asked and he was like, oh.
Listen, for the Jersey show, do it for me, please. I'm begging.
Just for the one show.
I will go.
Don't do it for mine.
You'll see me in the crowd. I'll be the only one jumping. I don't jump at concerts, but I'll
will you do the jumping and pointing?
I'll do the aggressive finger point with the fucking like this.
Yeah,
you think you're at a pop punk show. I'll fucking finger point so hard at you.
Yeah.
So do it.
Don't poke his eye out.
I'll get up close to you. I'll be like this.
It's such a good song. Oh my god. Yeah, album of the year though. This album's fantastic. I told Mr. Safe Face in the interview that we did. It's not out yet, so don't go watch it unless you're listening to this and it's out, so go watch it. But yeah, I told Mr. Safe Face that this is probably my second album of the year because Tyler released it And he was like, oh my God, you like Tyler the Creator? And I was like, yeah. He was like, oh, that's such a good album. And I was like, yeah, it is. And he was like, yeah, I'm working out to it now. And I'm like, yeah, as you should. And I went on autopilot then, because my brain, I was trying to figure out how to not throw up, because I was just that, oh God, what if he listens to this? I was doing fine. Can we move on? Good work. I love your music. I'm a big fan.
Oh God!
Continue. Black Veil
Brides. Black Veil Brides put out now the Phantom Tomorrow. Holy shit! All right. Oh my God!
Better not make that the clip, because then he might actually see it.
All right. My gripe with this record is that the interlude is not properly placed in the middle of the album. Mm-hmm. It is after there's the introduction track, which is like a fucking, you know, instrumental whatever. There's 3 songs. The interlude, which is an instrumental, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 songs after the interlude. No, that's not where you put the interlude. I don't care if that's how it works within the story. Fix your story, because your story's done.
You arranged it wrong. Fix your story.
Yeah, fix your story.
Rewrite
you fucked it up. But other than that, this album was very good. It took me another listen to be like, I get it. Because I haven't listened to Black Veil Brides in a while. It was like I listened to them like 2 years ago, and I was like, oh, this is the best thing ever. And then like I just stopped listening to them. So the novelty of them is kind of worn off, but the album itself was very good. I haven't personally like dove into the story of the Blackbird and everything, but I've seen Andy talk about it a couple times, and he seems very into it. So Andy, if you'd like to come on the podcast and give us the in-depth analysis of the story of the Phantom Tomorrow, we'd love to have you. 1.5 hour long chat. I'm just kidding. If your team's watching this, we can do like 30 minutes, I promise.
We can do like 20 minutes.
20 minutes, yeah.
15?
Come on the show. I don't give a shit for how long. And we'll chat about everything. You know, it'll be a fun time. What would you think of the record?
So I listened to the entirety of his record. Very proud of that, considering I'm not a Black Veil Bride stan or a fan at all. Just not the biggest fan of Andy's voice. But in this, by like the 3rd song, I got used to it, and I was like, I get it. I get why people like Andy's voice, because it kind of has that kind of like, I don't know, it's growly, but it's not like, it's just kind of like gravelly, but it's nice. It's still like pleasant to listen to, or it's not like what is in my ears right now. It's like, oh, this is good. I did enjoy it. I thought the album progressed well. You're right, the interlude being like right there in the front, kind of weird.
What are you doing there?
Fix that, maybe do like a deluxe version where it's just shuffled around.
No, just shuffle it on streaming services. I don't give a shit. Fix it.
Yeah, just do wrong. That. It's incredibly wrong. So yeah, other than that, it was good. I thought it was good.
So true. Yeah.
American Teeth put out a new album. We should be having fun. This banged. I really liked it. I enjoyed this album a lot, actually, more than I thought I would. Which is not saying I didn't think I would enjoy it. I just didn't expect to enjoy it this much. Yeah,
this album fucks, respectfully. Sick is still my favorite song. I always feel like that's a cop-out because it's single, but that song goes way too hard to not bring up again. But the entire album goes hard. Sick just goes extremely hard. Once again, something in that song, maybe crack, maybe something even more illegal. I'm not sure. Maybe something completely illegal. I don't know. But I don't know why you had to put it in there, because that song's addicting.
Was Sick the one with Femme and Dwayne?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Something in that.
Very good
Something
song.
In that.
Yeah. Calling All Captains put out an album, slowly getting better.
Banger.
Oh my God. This album's so fucking good. Front to
ridiculous.
Back to front, side to side, bangers,
left to right,
all over the place. Entire, like, it doesn't slow down.
No.
It's fucking perfect. Mwah. So good.
Yeah. We spoke to Calling All Captains. So if you'd like to watch that and hear them talk about the album and the process of creating it and, you know, mixing everything about it, go watch our interview with them. It was a lot of fun. And we learn how vocalist gets his voice to be like that, which I think you should probably find a different way to do that, because I do want you guys to be able to continue singing and doing your silly little thing for a while.
The album bangs, so
so good.
His vocals are pretty good, so
yeah, it's perfect actually. But
I
just
respect it.
Yeah. Magnolia Park put out a new album, Halloween Mixtape. This was amazing. I thought this was fantastic. I loved it.
This ripped pretty hard, yeah. Front to back, back to front, side to side, bangers all over the place. 9 bangers in a row. It's like ducks in a row.
Yeah.
Bangers. 9 of them. I think there were 9 tracks on the album. It was so good.
I'm not sure.
So good. I'll check right now.
Good. Check right now.
I thought triple check. Yeah.
This had like a hint of nostalgia in it, where it's just like some songs kind of hit in that way where it's like, the first time you listen to like Check Yes Juliet by like We the Kings, and it's like, ooh, this is gonna be like a classic. A couple of those songs had that kind of like drop in there, and I was like, ooh, I haven't had this feeling in a while since, Check Yes Juliet for the first time, or like Sad Song, but We the Kings. Why does We the Kings have all the like what's the Mayday Parade song that you don't like?
The slow one?
Jamie All Over.
I like Jamie All Over. I just hate the slow song on that album.
Oh, never mind.
I love that album. I hate that song though.
I've listened to the album. I'm not a fan.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Funny that we're talking about Mayday Parade because they are going on tour with them in the U.S. But I think that like you should keep your eyes on this band because like they're gonna come out of nowhere. Like you guys are saying like, oh my god, MGK's a new face of pop punk. No, this band's gonna be. I think. Yeah. Respectfully, bands like this and Meet Me at the Altar and even someone like Charlotte Sands, like I would watch out for them, not like the next thing that MGK puts out. Like shut up.
MGK is already like, I'm already sick of it. I Am Weed. Like you lost every privilege that you had in the pop punk scene with that dude. You lost everything. That's it.
That personally made me care about him again. I don't know about you though.
No, you're banned. First you like the Limp Bizkit album, and now you like MGK, or now you have respect for MGK.
I Am Weed. I have the MGK album over here somewhere. I found it recently. I never put it up with the rest of my CDs. I left it. I've got a pile of like papers over here, and it just happened to be stuffed with the rest of the papers.
Good, keep it there.
Yeah, I don't think I brought it up to my CD pile. Yeah. Boston Manor put out an EP, Desperate Times, Desperate Pleasures.
Banger. I really enjoyed this. I thought Boston Manor was like super heavy. Aren't they usually like super heavy?
No.
Is there another one that's like has a similar name like Boston Manor where it's like, I don't know. I thought they were super heavy. I thought they were one of the metal bands. Not at all. But I really enjoyed this EP. So good job, guys.
Yeah. Sure. This EP was pretty good. Algorithm, once again, I don't know what it is with these bands putting questionable substances in their songs, but this is another one that's got a questionable substance in it that hooks me. I can't get enough of this goddamn song. It's so good. I don't know what the fuck's up with it. I hope they play it on tour. That's all I'm saying. They're going on tour with Neck Deep. The tour actually kicks off in like 6 days or some shit, I think.
Oh, wow. Good for them.
So, very crazy. Very good EP, though. That's all I got.
Attack. Drop new EP. Now, a long time no see. But C is in, like seagulls and, oysters and turtles. Yeah. Ocean,
My gripe with this EP is not the fact that it's all over the place. It's the fact that all of the songs except one were released as singles. I absolutely despise when bands do that. It's like, why even promote it as an EP then? Just be like, the last song of our collection of songs is out now, like, and it's bundled into this EP called this. Like, no, it's not an EP. You put them all out already. Outside of that, I'm shocked that Kawaii Cowboys was not just a 420 shitpost and actually made it on the EP.
Yeah. I think it opened it.
It did. And then there was like, it's got your metalcore track that is like in a way reflective of what they were doing beforehand. You had your electronic based, because you had your generic metalcore track that they put out as the first. That's not like generic, but not what they were doing beforehand. Kind of like maybe what they're doing after this. Who knows? I don't know, because this EP's all over the place. You had that track, and then you had the purely electronic track. I don't know what the fuck was going on with that. And then you had your super heavy track that was like reminiscent of what they were doing beforehand. And then you had your track that was like in the middle. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on with this EP. It's pretty alright though. I personally enjoyed it. Although I do like their self-titled, still their best work. But I thought the EP was alright. they should play more. They should announce a tour with major markets, though, because I'm not trying to drive 3 hours into Pennsylvania to see the Funny Crabcore Band live for the first time in 8 years. Not trying to do that on like a Wednesday. So announce some major market tours shows, please. I know you keep on saying it's coming, but it's not coming fast enough.
Yeah, hurry it up.
I'm gonna wind up doing something really stupid, and I'm gonna regret it.
Yeah, because the second you like buy tickets for that, they're gonna be like, "Hey, we're coming in.
We're actually coming to your backyard, bitch."
Exactly.
How I became invisible. I almost said invincible.
Nice.
It's all the drugs from all the different songs. I'm sorry.
Oh, of course. Yeah, sorry.
Dropped an EP, The End of the Dark. The thing I like the most about this project is that every single release is like in a different genre.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I'm gonna be completely transparent here. This one wasn't for me. I'm sure you saw that one coming from a mile away, but I respect what they do with the project, and that like this project literally has something for everyone. I've liked previous work. This just a couple of songs on here. I was like, this is all right, but all in all, I was like, not for me.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
I actually enjoyed this EP quite a lot. It was just the last track wasn't the biggest fan of it, but everything else I was like, oh hey, it was actually really, really good. So yeah, good job. I do agree with you. There's every single release that N.Dot drops is like a completely different thing. As long as you don't touch country, we're good.
It's all over the place in the best way possible, because their releases aren't all over the place. It's like the tracks within the releases aren't all over the place. It's the releases like as a whole.
Yeah.
Each one is a different genre, so it's not like you're like guessing what's coming next on an album. It's like, no, I know what this album's going to be, but I don't know what that one's going to be. So I think that's cool.
100%. Mayday Parade dropped new single, Golden Days. I thought this was a Panic at the Disco cover. It's not.
It's not.
So.
Yeah, it was all right. Mayday
I thought
Parade.
It was good. I mean, it's Mayday Parade. They're all reliable.
All reliable,
you always know what you're going to get with them, which is nice. So, didn't hate it.
Yeah.
Wasn't like, oh my God, they did it again. It was just kind of like, oh.
Cool. Yeah, like at this point, it's like they've got such a cult fan base where I think that they could just like exclusively tour, kind of like do like a farewell tour for the rest of their career, kind of like what Kiss is doing.
I was going to say
just
Kiss.
Sell out rooms every single night. Like they could play exclusively Jersey, and I would go every single time, because for some reason they're like one member is from Jersey. They're not a Jersey-based band though. Fucking Jersey goes stupid for them. I don't know what
Jersey
it
is like the DIY.
It's not.
Thing,
it's not even that.
Well,
they've got the goofy Jersey song, and that just goes stupid live. They got Jersey by Mayday Parade off their first album, A Lesson in Romantics, the best pop punk album ever, minus that one song.
I really like that song, but say what you will.
Minus the 6-minute fucking drag in the middle of the album.
Banger.
That song sucks.
It's such a good song because he's telling a story.
I don't give a shit about his story.
So
speed it up, pal. Let's go.
It's so good, bro.
2 minutes or less. Get it over with.
2 minutes?
Yeah, it's too long. It's too long. Hurry it up. Too long. Anyways, enough disagreement about the fucking 2005 Mayday Parade album. Belmont put out a single, Bowser's Castle, and then announced that they've got a mixtape coming out on November 19th. My gripe with that is that there's 2 new songs coming off their new album with 4 covers that I don't give a shit about. Drop the album already. I get why they're doing it, though. They're going on tour.
Why are they doing it?
At the end of the year. Don't want to start an album cycle in November. Understandable. So they're just going to put 2 tracks out off the record. Kick the rest of the release off at the beginning of the year. It makes sense. I think it's dumb. Personally, I would have just dropped a single and been like, here, go tour on that. But I'm not working for Pure Noise. So, a little pissed off about the, been waiting a year and a half for new Belmont content, and what we get is 4 covers and 2 new songs. So the proportions there don't add up. Well, yeah. It's like, I think it's like 3 covers and like an acoustic version of one of their songs. or like maybe there's 2 covers and then like an acoustic version or a remix, but it's like it's only 2 new songs, so you know, it be how it be. But the song rips.
Yeah, I thought this was good.
Yeah, like the chug riffs. Listen, say whatever you want about them, but like take aside all of their pasts and throw it over here for a second. One of the best easycore bands, in my very honest opinion.
Didn't they kick like the bad person out?
Yes, he's out, but some people are still like, you know, don't want to listen to them, and that's fine. And do whatever you want, but that's why I said take all that shit, put it off to the side, look at them solely as a band, and I think that they're one of the best easycore bands out there right now.
Yeah, it's valid. That's right. Yeah, this was a banger. Set It Off, drop a new single, Skeleton. I like Set It Off. I don't like Starset. Set It Off is good. The song was good. I'm not like the biggest Set It Off fan. I don't the Killer in the Mirror song, he sounds so much like what's his name? Who's the front man? He's not the front man, the singer in Fall Out Boy.
The front man, fucking Patrick Stump.
Patrick Stump. He sounds like Patrick Stump in Killer in the Mirror, and that bothers me a lot. But this song, he doesn't sound like Patrick Stump, so win in my book. I like Patrick Stump, just not when other people are trying to be
Patrick Stump. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, this song's pretty good. I'm liking the new like aesthetic that they got going for the new era, because as much as I was kind of digging the midnight kind of thing, they did milk that pretty hard.
They did.
Yeah, and I think they were gonna do 12 tours off of it, like 12 parts of their midnight tour, because you know clock strikes 12 at midnight, but obviously they weren't able to do that. But they were it wasn't like they were doing 12 legs in the US. They had like they were all over the goddamn map with that.
Oh, okay.
Like,
well, that's cool.
Yeah, so that was cool, but kind of glad that's over, and I hope we don't get 12 versions of the whatever this album is called. Like let's change the name a little bit. Like Monsters Flames put out a new single, Views from Halfway Down. Not as heavy as their last track, but still pretty fucking good, and pretty stoked for the EP, even if I won't be able to listen to it as much because of that goddamn Limp Bizkit album. I hope you guys understand.
Oh my god, bro. This was good.
Yeah.
It was a bit heavy.
Stoked for the EP, even if Limp Bizkit still got my eardrums by a chokehold. Maybe by Friday they won't though.
I'm confused. Famous Last Words dropped a new single in the blink of an eye.
That's pretty good.
You liked it?
You can say it was too heavy and we can move on.
It was.
Yeah, the song was pretty fucking good.
Very heavy. Your turn.
Oh yeah, shit. My Kid Brother dropped a single, Make You Make Believe. This is pretty good.
Job.
I also didn't know that I don't know if they're on the entire tour, but they were playing some shows with Angels and Airwaves. I had no idea until I saw Fearless's social media person posting about seeing My Kid Brother open for Angels and Airwaves in New York City.
Wow.
So that was cool. I didn't know about that. But
good for them.
The song rips. I wonder if this means something new, because they did just put out that EP at the middle of last year. It wasn't the tail end.
That was like a while back.
Yeah.
That was when we just started the 3-word question.
Okay. Wow. Why do you remember
that was the first time we pitched it, because I remember I tried to do the for this question I want you to walk with me. New person is listening to this song and I want you to describe this song for new listeners. And it's engraved in my mind because I hated it, because I stumbled a lot because I was trying to do the First in Flight thing. No, didn't work. So then we just did this question super, super quick. Yeah.
Okay.
So
makes sense.
Yeah, so a while back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was a while ago. Yeah. I didn't even know we used to pitch it like that. So
yeah. Oh no, it was just like twice.
Yeah.
I did it and then you tried, and then we both just said, yeah, let's just
we got weird looks when we say this. Let's make it faster.
Because it's such a long pitch. It's like, for this question, I want you to walk with me. You have a new person and you're trying to pitch this song to them. And
they're
putting the headphones and plugging the thing into there.
How do you want them to feel? 3 words right now.
3 words.
As fast as you can.
Start. I can see, and they're asleep
like
now.
They're just lost because they're like, what the fuck did you say? What's the question?
What's happening? And we've had people just like, what? They're just like, oh, just describe it in 3 words. Like, oh, okay.
That's how it is, you know.
Yeah. Oh, Cobra Starship dropped a new single, Beautiful Life. I thought this was a cover.
It's not.
I swear on my life, I've heard this song before because it sounds like a 2015 song that you would hear that you like can't get away from. And it's playing at like every party. It's playing like literally everywhere at the YMCA. It's playing at the doctor's office. And you're like, God, why is this playing everywhere? But it's new, apparently. But I swear on my life, I've heard this before. Like I knew the words before it happened. That's how I was like, is this a cover? So either this is a simulation and they just got lazy and they just re-released a song and they're like, she won't remember this. I do. So get new stuff, man.
This is the first time I've consciously listened to Cobra Starship. Like I've known of their existence forever, and like Sam loves them, but I've never personally listened to them until this track came out. I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'll just fucking listen to it. I'm gonna have to cover it anyway, so I'll just listen to it when it comes out. And I did, and I'm like, this rips pretty hard, actually. I get the hype for this band.
Yeah.
The song was pretty good. I don't know what's going on there. But what I do know is, hi Gabe, if you're watching, our email is goodnoisepodcast@gmail.com. Let's chat it up, man. It'll be a blast.
We'll talk about how you guys released a song twice but deleted the first one, so then it made it look like you were releasing a new track.
Yeah, we'll talk about how we live in a simulation.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yep. Crown the Empire dropped a single, a new one, Dancing with the Dead. This was heavy as shit.
I went to re-listen to it because I was like, I don't really remember this track, and I listened to it again and I was like, I get why I don't remember it, because it probably skipped it.
No clean vocals at all. Insane. I'm almost thinking it might be worth seeing them with that god awful lineup they're on with Atreyu headlining. Oh, it's such an awful lineup, but it might be worth it if they're playing the song live.
Are they opening?
Yeah, but they're direct support, so they might have a longer set, like closer to an hour. But like, is it worth it to sit through everybody else? I'm not sure. A lot of questionable bands on that lineup. Yeah. More like the entire rest of the lineup, but song was good.
So true. Beach Bunny dropped a new single, Oxygen. This song was really cute. I loved it. It was amazing. I wish she dropped it maybe like 3-4 months ago, like let's say like midsummer, so I could be like, oh my god, this is me. But right now I'm like but now I'm like, I hate everything. So maybe if you dropped this like 4 months ago, I would have been like, oh, this is so cute, this is me. Not anymore. It's good though.
Glory's cold again.
I am. I'm done. I'm locked out. I'm done.
Yeah, this song was pretty good. Kind of came out of nowhere though. I had to like double check that like someone didn't put out something like under the Beach Bunny name.
Under Beach Bunny, yeah.
Like it slipped through because I was like, I knew that they had like new music in the bank and like it was going to come out at some point. I mean, now to be fair, it makes sense now that I'm thinking about it as I'm speaking out loud and see how stupid I sound because they're going on tour in like 5 days, so it makes sense. Yeah. But at the time when I saw that it came out, I'm like, there's no fucking way. But I'm not going to the tour, so I forgot that it was happening.
I thought you were going.
No, I didn't buy tickets or anything. I would have liked to go, but water parks wound up playing in Philly the same day as they are.
Oh,
so
that sucks.
Going to go see water parks instead.
Obviously, go see the Watermen.
The Watermen. Arcadia Gray put out a single, Heather Hills.
Oh, I love this track. This made me happy. This made me smile. This was a good track. Good job, Arcadia Gray.
This song was very good. Now, what I'm about to say might have been done on purpose, and at that point, whatever, disregard. But in my very personal opinion, I think that the vocal should have been set higher in the mix. That's all. Because I turned the song up. I'd like turn the song up a couple knobs in my car, like to be able to hear everything. And and then the next song came on, and it was like, ow, my ears hurt now.
Loud.
Yeah. So that's like literally my only thing. It might have been intentional, and that's fine. That style just isn't for me then, and that's fine, whatever. But in my very personal opinion, that's it. Other than that, I thought the song was very good. Even the vocals, just turn them up next time.
Just a little up. Actually, for me, I thought they finally got like the mixing like closer to perfect for me on this one. Maybe it's because I was listening to it in a very
same song.
Shut Shut up. I was listening to it. I had it was very what is it? Not canny. Is it like metallic-y? What is it? When it's like super like echoey, but it's kind of
echoey.
Echoey, I guess. I don't know. I had my phone against the wall, so it
project.
Project and go everywhere. So it kind of bounced off a lot of walls. So maybe that's why it sounded better, like mixed wise, because I wasn't getting like the full thing. But I was very happy with how it was mixed. But it's always good to put the vocals up for everything.
Yeah.
So
make them higher.
Yeah. Exactly. Under Oath and Ghost Main dropped new single Cycle.
Song was pretty good. Stop putting out singles though. Your album comes out in 2 months, and we already got about half the record out. So either start making more songs or stop putting singles out, whichever one you choose.
One or the other.
Trophy Eyes put out a single, 27 Club.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess they're finally going to start the album cycle because like they got fucked by the pandemic because they put out a single and they hadn't put out an album in a couple years already. Like they weren't fresh off an album or something. Yeah, we spoke about that single, but not with them. I wish, but
no, yeah, that would have been cool though.
Yeah, like they put out the single. I don't think it was at the beginning. I think it was when things were starting to look up there for a second, and they're like, "All right, we're finally gonna start this." And then like obviously everything they're in like over in the UK or whatever, so shut down again, or maybe Australia. This is really awkward. I'm not sure where.
I don't know. They both had their UK and Australia both had their parts where they were like, "Look, we're all open again," and then they shut down again. So yeah,
Australian. So that's even they were even more locked down than the UK. So yeah, I'm glad that their album cycle is finally starting. Finally going to get new Trophy Eyes, probably at the beginning of next year. So that's cool to be over in the US, see him again, all that fun shit. Hell yeah. Song pretty good.
Come on the podcast.
Come on the podcast when you announce that record.
We could talk to you at 11 p.m. our time.
1 p.m. for you.
Exactly.
We just did an interview like that.
We did.
Pretty cool.
It was fun, but
exhausting.
Tired. The Dangerous Summer dropped a new single, The Best Part of Letting Go.
Not my typical genre, but I caught myself singing along the second time I listened to this track. I was
you were singing along?
Damn, this song's pretty good. Like a piano ballad, not typically for me. This song, apparently for me, I'm not sure why.
Exactly, it's banging, man.
Putting more drugs in these songs, man. I don't know what's up with this week. Papa Roach put out a new single, "Dying to Believe."
Worst song ever.
It's not even. It's not even that it's bad. Cause I genuinely don't know what's going on with Papa Roach. Because they put out that god awful song with like Fever 333 and Swayco and like just a bunch of. It had like 7 million features on it and was awful. And then they put out another single that was like a toned down version of that god awful single that they put out, and that was pretty good. And then this song is also pretty good, and I'm not sure what's going on. And they've got an album coming out next year, which I can only imagine it's probably going to be like 50% good, 50% the worst thing you've ever heard.
Or just 100% worst thing you've ever heard, because that was this track right here.
I thought that the song was all right. Had a little like, just a little butt rock tinge to it. You know how I'm a connoisseur of butt rock.
Oh, yeah. I know that. I read Papa Roach again. I'm sorry. My brain switched and I was like,
your brain said we got to talk about Papa Roach again.
Literally. Sorry Ghost and Kellen Quinn dropped a new single, The Difference Is You. I love Sorry Ghost. Didn't see this coming at all. Like in all of the alternate realities that Doctor Strange looked at in that silly little movie, I didn't see that. This was good though.
Kellen Quinn,
unexpected but good.
Kellen Quinn works very well on a pop punk track. Very well. I thought that this song was very good. Once again, very unexpected collab. And they even they last minute announced, they're like, oh, by the way, we've got the song with Kellen Quinn coming out. Like, don't you think you would have wanted to promote that a little bit more? Maybe like throw a couple dollars into ads because it's Kellen motherfucking Quinn.
Exactly. Once his fans get like wind of that.
Yeah. It's like we were told that they are way too big for us to ever talk to them. Like, I wouldn't just like be like, hey, Kellen Quinn.
Oh, by the way.
Yeah.
Kellen Quinn.
So, this song rips. I'm glad you guys got to do that. That's pretty cool. And blowing up right before our eyes. It's crazy. Before you know it, they're gonna have management and press and all sorts of people telling us that they're too big for us.
We spoke to them a while back. Please come on the pod.
Do anything. Grayscale, fucking hell.
Wow.
Grandson Kesha and Travis Barker put out a single, Drop Dead.
What? Why Kesha?
This is
Kesha?
the weirdest collaboration of all time. But I think I'm sensing something new coming from the not Grayscale. Grandson. I really want it to be Grayscale. Grandson
I know, I hear.
Camp. Okay, he did a bunch of writing sessions with all of these like other artists and like these collaborations and stuff. What if he's gonna do like an album of collaborations or something? Travis Barker will be the drummer on it. Kesha's the first single.
He's everywhere.
Travis Barker is everywhere, and I mean somehow the song rips. I never thought in a million years I would see Kesha on a pop punk song. She came up during that time though, so she's like it just kind of makes sense, even if she was like a pop star during that time. It makes
she was like
sense.
not bubblegum pop.
But just full blown pop star.
Yeah,
very good though. Like might not have wanted to admit it back then, but looking back 10 years later, she was pretty good.
Die Young.
Might
That's
be the
still
nostalgia
my jam.
Talking though.
It might be. Yeah.
Song was good though. Very strange collab.
Very, very. Yeah. Oh, last song. Raccoon Tour and Hekra dropped a new single, Horror Show. I love this song. This song makes my heart happy. And we actually got to talk to Raccoon Tour. Is that coming out this week?
It is.
That's this week.
Yeah.
It was. I almost like passed out before this because I didn't know we were talking to like the singer of Raccoon Tour. And I actually, when I was younger, I don't mean to date you or age you. My parents said, don't say you grew up watching them when you were younger, because then that'll make them feel old. And I was like, but that's how I did. So I watched your videos when I was a wee child. So it was insane when you joined, and I was like, oh.
yeah. Glory joined because we meet up like 10 minutes before an interview just to like catch up and everything, so that it's not like weird between everybody in the room.
It's like, hey Shane, how are you?
And it like clicked for Glory during it that like we were talking to D Nate is lame from Raccoon Tour, and she's like, holy shit, you mean what? And I was like, Glory, like you gotta relax, like he's gonna be here in like Glory, he's in the waiting room right now, like you gotta fucking like you gotta like fucking calm down, man, like relax. Like come on.
Oh my god, bro. It was great though, because like Nate was fans of us, and I was like, shut up, I was a fan of you. Like,
I was also a fan of him. I just didn't like, wig out or anything. I watched a handful of his videos, and turns out I was subscribed to him too. Like well before this. Like I watched his like guide to being a freshman in high school or whatever.
I watched that religiously.
Back when like that was like the night before I went into high school, because I was wigging out. I'm like, oh my god, it's high school, man. Like what the fuck am I gonna do? Like I know it's like the same people that I went to school with my entire life, but like fuck, man, I don't know what to do. It's high school. I watched this video and it like calmed me down. I'm like, thanks, dude.
Yeah.
Shout
I watched
out you.
It before I was even in high school, and it's like I'm homeschooled, but I was like, oh my god, what do I do? What do I do? And I watched it.
Man? I don't know what to do.
I have it in 2 years. What do I do?
Yeah.
And then it's ready. Like I watched it and I was like, oh, cool.
Anyways, Raccoon Tour. Pretty
very
good band.
Good song.
And since they announced the album, all I'm saying is make sure you check it out when it's out, because it's very good.
Yeah.
It's gonna be very hard to talk about the rest of the singles. We heard the album, but watch our interview when it comes out later this week. Good. Or if you watch this and it's past this week, go watch it.
Go watch it.
Out.
Yeah, you can see me try to hide everything behind this mask of.
Yeah, we even had a wholesome second where we were like, he was like, hey, I wanted to be on your show, and we were like, yeah, we're fans of you, and it was like, that was cute. Anyways, back to the questions.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's all the topics we have tonight. You can follow us on Twitter. It's good_news_cast. We're the Limp Bizkit Stan account, the official one. Follow us on Instagram. It's Good Noise Podcast. Facebook is Good Noise Pod. TikTok is Good Noise Podcast. We are the creators of Fred Talk. We should get back on that now that the album's out. We have a chance to blow up.
And we are proud members of Trapped Talk.
I wouldn't say we're proud members of
No, we're not
Talk.
proud. Yeah, we shouldn't say proud.
Yeah,
he follows us though.
We are followed by Chris Taylor Brown. Which unfortunately makes us part of Trap Talk.
It does, like official, like
we're an official part. Yeah. Like we see the friends only videos. Like it's crazy.
Exactly. It's insane.
I'm an island boy with my
with
island girl. I'm an island boy.
What's he doing? Like what? I don't need this. I'm gonna watch it after this. You're just gonna 2 a.m. just watching it. Only light in the room is my phone.
That video is on it's friends only on his TikTok now, but it was public for a little while, so it is on our Twitter.
It's actually friends only?
It's friends only now. He knew it was crazy.
Oh my goodness.
I saved it when it was public, and it's on our Twitter if you scroll back and find it, so you know what I'm referencing. Please go watch it. It lives rent-free in my mind.
Island boy.
And I'm an island girl. With my island boy.
Like his wife was just looking at him
and
like,
he says it like that too. Like we're not like putting on a voice like that's how he does it. It's literally one of the best videos of all time. Please go watch it.
Yeah, go watch it.
You don't have to scroll too far through our Twitter to find it.
Yeah, just go to our images. Yeah, go to our images. Yeah,
it's so fucking funny. YouTube is Good Noise Podcast. Spotify is Good Noise Podcast. Every streaming service ever is Good Noise Podcast. Okay, go fucking, Bandcamp is goodnoiserecords.bandcamp.com. Go follow us because we're going to drop shit over there. Hopefully sooner rather than later.
We're working on it.
Hopefully before Thanksgiving. That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be good.
Can't tell you what, though. You probably know what it is already. You've asked a million questions. But not saying anything yet because nothing's done yet. And Patreon is patreon.com/goodnoisepodcast. Glory's got your important plugs and your Patreon supporters. I fucked that up. And then
no, you did fine.
Oh, well, it's typically Patreon supporters and your important plugs. It makes sense because I just did the Patreon. But anyways, it doesn't matter. And then I'm gonna go listen to the Limp Bizkit album and do my homework that I should have done like 3 days ago.
And I'm gonna watch the Island Boy with my island girl.
I'm an island boy, and then it just cuts off.
And then and it's like a zoom in cut off. He's so weird. Thank you to our Patreon supporters. My brother, my uncle, Matt from Pulses, Jeremy, Brady, Micah, Zari, and Eric.
Thanks for the support, guys.
You guys rock. Thank you.
Rock my
if you would like to join, if you would like to join this list, you should subscribe to our Patreon. It starts at $1. It's pretty swag. You get the weekly list of interviews that we're putting up. And if we remember, you guys get to submit questions for big interviews. I don't think we've done that yet because we always forget.
No, I did it for when we had a couple lined up. There was the guy from Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah. And
there was another one that we had lined up that we wound up doing before it because they were stacked like this is so bad. Maybe it was between the Buried and Me. Possibly,
I think so. Yeah, it was between the Buried and Me.
Because we had like a bunch or maybe it was the Used. I don't know. It might have been the Used. Joey.
Yeah, it might have been. Oh, yes.
That might have been it because we had a couple of interviews stacked up like back to back. They were like people would want to submit questions for this. So yeah, go do that. Sometimes we do it.
It'd be cool.
Yeah.
And then important plugs: wear your mask, get a vaccine. Black Lives Matter, still matter. Just a heads up, nothing's changed over here. Stuff is still like to me, it's still real, very real, day-to-day stuff. Not fun. So just heads up, Black lives still matter. Stop Asian hate, because stuff's still happening. So it's just none of this is stopped, even though people aren't talking about it anymore. It just isn't popular to talk about. It isn't like a topic that people want to, because nothing big has happened, which is like, why do we have to wait for like somebody to get hurt or die to make it a big popular topic? Whatever. That's all I have to say.
On that note, my pants are slowly starting to rip, so we should end this.
What?
I need new pants.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go listen to New Biscuit banger, Limp banger, whatever.
Stream safe face.
I have been Shane.
I have been Glory.
And we have been the Good Noise Podcast. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about next week since, there's no new Limp Bizkit to manifest anytime soon.
Yeah. LMFAO. We're manifesting LMFAO.
We're going to manifest that next. All right, goodbye.
Bye.